Hey guys, welcome to a recap of Big Brother Season 25, Episode 6. Hey y'all, I need to give this a title. This episode, I'm gonna have to call it The Power is Getting to Hisam's Head. Hisam is dragging everybody and don't give no about it, y'all. No about it. Finally, we getting into the tea. We seen the claws come out. Hisam, ooh, I would hate to be Riley in this moment. I would hate to be Riley in this moment because right now, Hyson is this season's diamond. He is dragging the girls. He is dragging the girls, y'all. He is the professor and he's taking those kids to school. So let's get into this episode, y'all. So, where we last left off, we had Riley and Cameron on the chopping block, y'all. On the chopping block. Now, with these two on the chopping block, remember, Heisem made it so clear, super clear, crystal clear, that his target is for Riley to be evicted from the house. And he gives it to her straight. That conversation he had with Riley, letting her know that pretty much, boo boo, I want you out the game. You were coming for me, but now I have to send you home. And Riley is not feeling how Hisam is talking to her. She feels like it's so uncalled for. If anything, it's lighting up a fire in her to want to win in the veto competition. And that's her only hope now. To save herself from eviction is to win the veto competition. Now, how does Cameron fit in the whole situation? Now, Hisam says to Cameron that there's nothing really no bad blood between him and Hisam. He's just using Cameron as a pawn, but Cameron is not feeling being a pawn. I wouldn't feel being a pawn either. So Cameron is not sitting back on this one. He is saying to us, letting us know that he's ready to compete in this veto competition to pull himself off the chopping block. So, as you guys remembered in the previous episode, Jag was sent into the nether regions. And in the nether regions, he now has a power to also, which comes as a surprise to everyone, to select someone else to be sent to the nether region. Now, once they're sent to the nether region, they cannot compete in the veto competition. So, Jag has to figure out what to do, what's the best decision. So, everyone has their thoughts, their ideas to who to send to the nether region. Of course, little Miss Riley wants her boyfriend Matt, our cutie patootie, to be sent to the nether region so that he is safe and not up for to be put into the chopping block. But Jag, he's very strategic. Have a talk with Hisam. Now, his goal, according to Jag, is that he wants to get Red to be sent into the nether region so he is unable to compete. But the thing is that Hisam does not want Red. He specifically asked for Blue. He feels that Blue would be the reason that would help Riley be removed from the chopping block. But I'm like, guys, y'all seen Blue compete? Blue talks so much game. Every time Blue talks so much, I'm like, girl, sit down somewhere and read a book. We have not yet seen you win or come close to winning a competition, y'all. And obviously, I think like she's not the one I feel threatened by. So it doesn't matter if Blue's competing or not. For me, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Blue, okay? Blue looks all tough and whatever, but to me, she gives me, soft and pink, okay? So, Jack, he doesn't want to start too much commotion. He doesn't want to put himself out there to be a threat for next week. Because you see Hisam. Hisam is not playing around, and Hisam has been winning. He's won a veto competition and he has one head of HOA. Okay. So Jag is on eggshells to deciding what is the right thing to do. And he comes up with a brilliant idea to ask, okay, who's going to go as a volunteer? And I felt like that was a good strategy for him because he doesn't necessarily get his hands dirty. However, little Miss Riley is like looking at Jag like, no, this is not good at all for the handfuls, because it's automatically kind of reduce her chances from coming back and removing herself from the chopping block. So Jag is going around and asking everybody, so who wants to go in, who wants to go in, do I want to go in? Like, would I want to go in? I think it's good to go in as a volunteer to show, oh look, I'm kind of working with you in a way, so maybe in the future you could work with me. And who agrees to this is little Miss Bowie. Now Bowie doesn't do much this episode. She does serve a purpose, but for me, I feel like Bowie, you really sitting back on this one. Like, she is not one of the front runners, but maybe she's planning to, like, surprise us and, come in for the kill later on. So Bowie volunteers as a person to go to the nether region, and Jag is on board. He's so happy and excited to announce Bowie as the person he's sending home to the nether region. And of course, this is a person that's on the other alliance, so he's marketing that to Riley, saying like, look, they have a number down. But were you really threatened by Bowie to go into a veto competition to win? Like, no, you have to send someone on the other side who's most likely to win, and that would have been Red. I feel like Red would have done this, especially to get pull Cameron off. So either way, maybe Red not being put in is not would not have necessarily helped Riley, because Red would have, if he won, it's not like he's gonna pull Riley off. He's gonna pull his friend Cameron, which would have sent her cutie patootie up on the block, and that's the last thing she wants. That's the last thing they want, because they had a whole situation where they kind of solidified their showmance in a way, I would say, because he shows that he's willing to put himself on the block to save her. And I'm like, so you only know this woman for like how many days, how many nights? It hasn't been that long, but damn, I guess, Miss Riley, you have a little safety when it comes to math. But what is that going to do for you when we get into this whole situation? So, in this veto competition, we have pretty much this game that the contestants have to unscramble what is said on the recording and then solve the riddle as fast as possible. Now, before you get into the actual competition, the head of HOA has the opportunity to draw from a box who gets to compete. So this is interesting because whoever he picks, it's going to be interesting if they're coming from the handfuls or the professors. So Hisam is doing the selections, and it's so funny who he selects. He selects America, which I don't think he knows is in the handful alliance, but she's young, so let's assume. He selects Blue, and he already has in his head, okay, Blue's gonna help out Riley. He also selects Matt. Matt, Matt's gonna fight for his bait, because they had a talk. And Hisam was trying to tell Matt that it's not gonna be good for your game if you go ahead and try to save Riley. And I'm like, damn, Hisam is so brave. He's so brave. So we have America, we have Matt, we have Blue, and of course we're gonna have Hisam participating, Riley participating, and also Cameron participating to save the whole situation. So as we watch the game go down, I'm like wondering, I'm so fascinated with Matt and his performance, because remember, he's deaf, but obviously deaf doesn't mean you can't hear anything. He could hear, he's able to process and hear, but he performed so well. I was so impressed, and he should be super proud in his performance. I know he was fighting for his bait, stay in the house, and I was so proud to see him do the work. Now, it was funny to see that he didn't know what a tuba was, because he was not familiar with instruments. But I just thought it was so cute that he put his best effort for his bay. Now everyone else, I felt like it was such a tight game, but Hisam was not playing around. Like, I felt like there is no proper strategy that you could have come in to play that veto competition, but he came up with one. He seems very strategic, very thoughtful in what to do. So Heisen was not playing around, and I'm like, okay, so who won this? Now we got a little bit of information of the results. Um, Pretty much dead last was Blue. I'm like, guys, Blue is not is not that girl, okay? Um, but then we see Matt score. He scores kind of high, so that wasn't pretty impressive for Matt. Uh, but at the end, we learned that it was Hisam who won the whole damn thing. And I'm like, damn, he's winning them back to back to back to back. So obviously, guys, Hisam is the threat. He's the brains and also the bronze. So the whole house is so gagged. I know Riley is like sick to her stomach about this whole situation because she was just head of HOA and now she's at the bottom. Now she's at the bottom. And you know, when she has a talk with Hisam, their final talk, Hisam, you know, he's mean. He is mean. I would have felt like I feel like shit if I was Riley in that moment, because Hisam made it very clear that you know he's not here to ruffle any feathers. I'm like, are you sure, sir? Because you ruffling quite a few feathers. And he says that you know there's no reason for him to you know get a new enemy, so his plans is pretty much to keep the chopping block the same. And I'm like, sheesh. You know, Riley, you know, can expect that she did not expect anything else. But the way he gave it to her, oh, it was violation, 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 okay? Now, Cameron, he's sitting, he's like, you know, there's no reason to be worried or anything. He's not worried, he's not pressed, he's supposed to be a pawn. But I felt like when we were at the official meeting to declare what the chopping block was going to look like, Heisen made it clear to the whole house that he wants support on his decision to send home Riley. And I felt like it's the kiss of death. He said that was the kiss of death. That was so brazen. And everyone in the house, you know, including Miss Siri, who's, you know, she is like under the radar. No one's paying attention to her, and they pay no mind. But she is seeing how this power is getting to Heisen's head, and she's wondering who did she align herself to? Because, oh, I feel like. Do you guys think that this is gonna backfire on Heisen? Like how? I don't know. Cause Heisen's speech, he made it clear that you know Riley is the reason why the house is divided. So if Riley was to be eliminated, that would allow opportunities for everyone in the house to get to know each other. And I'm like, okay, that's a cute little smart reason because that's the same reason that Kristen was eliminated under. So I do think maybe it's time for Riley to go home. I think she got to pack it up and take herself home. That was a cute 1, 2, 3 days, but I think it's over for her because I feel like Heisem is not gonna let go. That Riley even thought to comfort him, even thought about it. That she like in her little head thought about sending him home, and that's on period. So guys, I don't know what you guys think. I feel like I was so disappointed in this episode by Jag because I felt like Jag was calculating in that, but he's really trying to save and preserve himself. I feel like he sees it that this is a sinking ship and that, you know, these alliances gonna reformulate, recalculate, but let's so disappointing, so sad. Jared didn't make any, you know, any ruffle any feathers this episode. Corey had a cute little moment. You know, Corey, he's our comic relief. They talk about Velocity talk about how he looks strong in his photo. And I'm like, what is he giving in real life though? What else can we say? Now, Izzy didn't say much, but her face said a lot. She was like side eye. She was like, "Oh my god, was that really sad?" So it's interesting how everything is falling into pieces for Miss Riley. Do I feel bad for her? You know, I was rooting for her, but baby, it's so crazy how things quickly change literally overnight. But you know, Heisen's not gonna be in power forever. But I do know that he's here to win these games to make sure he is safe, you know, and it's his decision that he's safe. So, all right, right now, it seems like Heisen is this season's diamond. I want to know what you guys think. There's another episode tonight. I'm gonna be definitely will be watching and reporting to you guys shortly after. So guys, let's have a conversation down in the comments down below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe because I appreciate every one of you for taking the time to watching these recaps. You know, if I had more time, I would do the live, watch the 24-hour live, and we could have a live and talk about it. But you know, your girl is limited on time. So be patient with me, and as always, share as much kindness as possible. Love you guys and talk to you guys soon. Definitely in these comments. Bye.